Okay, so hear me out for a second. What if I told you there's a home business that fits inside your bedroom, costs less than $200 to start, and involves the fluffiest little animals you've ever seen in your life? Because that's exactly what breeding teddy bear hamsters is. And the people quietly doing this from their homes right now are making real money. Not life-changing overnight money, but consistent, reliable, surprisingly good money from something most people would never even think of as a business. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how it works. So, first things first, what even is a teddy bear hamster? It's just the common name for a Syrian hamster. They're called teddy bears because of how soft, round, and huggable they look. Big eyes, chubby cheeks, fluffy fur. They are genuinely one of the most popular small pets in the world right now. And here's what makes this interesting as a business. Pet stores sell them for $22 to $25. But a home breeder who raises quality hamsters with rare coat colors, long-haired varieties, unique patterns, premium bloodlines, those sell for $40 to $75 per hamster, sometimes even more for really rare colorings. And people pay it without hesitating, because they're not buying a pet store hamster, they're buying something special. Here's the thing most people don't realize, though. The actual demand for these animals is insane. Think about how many families have young kids. Think about how many first-time pet owners want something small and manageable. Think about how many apartment dwellers can't have a dog or cat, but can absolutely have a hamster. The market is massive, and it's not going anywhere. Now let's talk about the setup, because this is where people get intimidated, and they really shouldn't. Here's what you actually need to start. A proper hamster cage, around $40 to $60. Bedding, water bottle, food dish, hide box, another $30 to $40 total. Your first breeding pair from a reputable source. Budget around $60 to $80 for healthy quality animals. That's your entire startup. We're talking $130 to $180 to launch this business. Most people spend more than that on groceries in a week. But wait, here's where most beginners mess this up. They rush straight into breeding without learning the basics first. Give yourself 2 to 3 weeks just living with your hamsters. Learn their behavior, understand their feeding routine. Make sure they're healthy and settled before you even think about breeding. That patience at the start is what separates people who build a real business from people who just have a frustrating experience. Okay, now let's talk about how the actual breeding process works. High level, no deep science here. A female teddy bear hamster has a pregnancy cycle of just 16 days. That's one of the shortest in the animal world. She can have a litter of 6 to 12 pups. You let the babies grow for about 4 weeks, then they're ready to sell. The whole cycle from breeding to sale is roughly 6 to 7 weeks. Think about what that means for your business. You could run 2 breeding cycles in about 3 months. That's potentially 12 to 24 baby hamsters per cycle. Even selling at a conservative $35, one litter alone brings in $210 to $420. 2 litters in 3 months? That's $420 to $840. Now, I want to be completely honest with you here. In month 1, you're still figuring things out. You might not breed right away. You're learning, setting up systems, building your reputation. That's completely normal and that's fine. But by month 3 or 4, when you've got your rhythm and you start getting returning customers and referrals, $500 to $800 a month from a small home operation is genuinely realistic. And here's something that really surprised me when I first looked into this. The upsell game in this business is incredible. Someone buys a hamster from you. Then they need a cage, then bedding, food, toys, water bottles. You can bundle starter kits with your hamsters. Charge $65 to $90 for a hamster plus basic starter supplies. Suddenly, your average sale just went from $40 to almost $80 per customer. And most of those customers come back for a second hamster or send their friends. Because when someone falls in love with a fluffy hamster they bought from you, they tell everybody. Let me paint you a quick picture of how this actually plays out. Imagine it's a Saturday morning. You've got a litter of 8 baby teddy bear hamsters. They're about 4 weeks old, curious, running around, adorably fluffy. You posted photos on Facebook Marketplace and a local pet group on Thursday. By Friday night, your phone is buzzing. 5 people are asking about availability. You respond, you set up viewing times, families come over, kids go absolutely nuts for these little guys. By Saturday afternoon, you've sold 6 out of 8. That's $210 to $450 in a single weekend from animals born in your bedroom. That's the reality of this business when it's running properly. Now here's where most people get this wrong. They treat it like a casual hobby instead of a real business. They don't track their expenses, they don't keep health records on their animals, they don't build a reputation online. And then they wonder why growth is slow. Here's what the serious home breeders do differently. They post consistent content. Before and after photos of litters, videos of the babies exploring their habitat, short clips of the hamsters being held. That kind of content explodes on TikTok and Instagram right now. People are obsessed with watching small animals, and every viral video is free advertising for your next litter. One woman started posting hamster videos from her home setup. Nothing fancy, just her phone and good lighting. Within 2 months, she had a waiting list of buyers for every litter. She wasn't selling hamsters anymore. She was choosing who got to buy from her. That's the power of building even a small online presence around this. A few things to keep in mind as you grow. Hamsters need proper space. Overcrowding is bad for the animals and bad for your business. Start with 1 breeding pair, not 3, not 5. Learn the process completely before you scale. Also, make sure you're separating males and females immediately after weaning. That's one of the most common beginner mistakes, and it causes problems fast if you're not on top of it. Keep your setup clean. Keep your animals healthy. Your reputation is literally everything in this business. 1 bad review spreads faster than 10 good ones. Let's talk about where to sell. Facebook Marketplace is your best friend starting out. Local pet groups on Facebook are even better. People in those groups are actively looking for small pets constantly. You can also list on Craigslist or local classified sites. As you grow and build a following, Instagram and TikTok become your most powerful sales tools. Some breeders even build waiting lists through their social media alone. No ads, no paid promotion, just consistent content and genuine love for the animals. Here's the honest reality check though. This is a living creature's business. That means responsibility comes first, always. You need to learn proper care before you breed. You need to make sure every animal you sell goes to a good home. Ask buyers questions. Make sure they understand the needs of the animal. The best breeders in this space are known for the quality and health of their hamsters, not just for making money. And ironically, the ones who prioritize animal welfare the most are the ones who build the strongest reputations and make the most money long term. So here's where I leave you. A bedroom, a small cage setup, less than $200, and the willingness to learn something most people have never even considered as a business. That's all it takes to start. Month 1 will be slow. In month 2, you find your rhythm. By month 4 or 5, you've got a waiting list. You've got returning customers. You've got a little business running quietly out of your home that most people walking past your house have absolutely no idea exists. The question isn't whether this works. The question is whether you're actually going to try it. And if you want us to keep finding business ideas like this one, real ones, unusual ones, the kind nobody talks about, subscribe to this channel right now. Every single week, we do the research, so you don't have to. We dig deep to find home businesses that real people can actually start from scratch, with low budgets and zero prior experience. This channel exists for one reason, to help you find your idea and actually go build it. The next video is already coming. Don't miss it.